you can no longer apply for the Mortgage Rescue Scheme. However, we have a better solution that will help you free of any upfront costs. Mortgage Securitisation Claim. The background to securitization. Banks don't have an unlimited capacity to lend, and this capacity is governed by their reserves. In order to release capacity, they bundle up thousands of mortgages into pools which are then sold, en masse, to an unrelated entity. This allows them to bolster their reserves and removes the liability from their balance sheet, allowing further loans to be made. Most transactions of this nature raise billions of pounds. Regulations require them to retain at least 5% of the transaction, and, believe it or not, purchase of the less well-performing bonds is actually an asset on the books, so a liability becomes an asset by sleight of hand. This is all perfectly legal and above board. However, certain statutory and regulatory requirements have to be met. Unfortunately, these regulatory requirements, including notification to a borrower, are seldom met. Nor is the notification of the sale, transfer or assignment notified to HIM Land Registry. These breaches open up an avenue for redress for the borrower who continues paying their lender despite their contract with that lender having been satisfied. The collection of interest on behalf of an unregulated third party who, it can be proven, has been given the rights to set interest rates, is completely contrary to law, and it's this aspect that is subject to challenge. At a bare minimum, the redress should be based on all interest payments made since the date of securitization plus, where granted by the courts, should also have statutory interest added annually up to a maximum of 8% PA. As an example, a mortgage that was securitized say 10 years ago where interest payments of £200 per month has been charged, will provide a basic claim of £24,000 plus interest. We are presently working with a top Manchester chambers who will represent every single validated client whose claim exceeds £20,000 as a minimum, subject to satisfactory litigation funding and 8 insurance. All cases must be submitted via participating solicitors firms who, in turn, appoint us to carry out all the background evidence checks and quantum validation in the form of a forensic report. All solicitors' clients will enter into no-win no-fee agreements with their solicitors and chambers, and no costs are charged to a claimant until they win. The clients will never have to enter into funding agreements, so there is no risk whatsoever. Out of any damages awarded, it is expected that the client will only be liable for the 8 insurance premium and any interest on the funding. The barristers believe there should be no further costs to the successful claimant, as all additional costs should be awarded against the defendant. Hope this gives you enough background. Give Ian a call now on 07764 226449.